The woman who worked hard for 10 years, until one question changed everything. Have you ever met someone who did everything they were told to do, worked hard, stayed humble, sacrificed for others, yet still felt as though life refused to move forward? This is the story of a woman who spent her entire 20s doing exactly that. She worked tirelessly. She followed every rule she had ever been taught. She believed that if she kept her head down and worked hard enough, success would eventually find her. But at 31 years old, she had almost nothing to show for it. No meaningful savings. No real progress, no future she could clearly see. Then one quiet afternoon, on a dusty rooftop in her hometown, an old carpenter spoke 7 simple words that shattered everything she believed about success. Those words changed her life forever. Most people will never hear this lesson, and many who do hear it far too late. Before we begin, let me ask you something. How old are you today? And where are you watching from? Leave your age and country in the comments. I genuinely enjoy reading every one of them. In a modest city where the air carried the scent of cooking oil, traffic, and busy streets, lived a 31-year-old woman named Amara. Amara wasn't lazy. That was what confused everyone around her. She woke before sunrise. She worked 2 exhausting jobs. Every month, without fail, she sent money home to support her younger brothers. She had done everything her parents taught her. Study hard, work hard, stay humble, be grateful. Yet at 31, Amara still shared a tiny room with 2 other women. Her clothes were neat but worn. Her phone screen had been cracked for 3 years. Every month, she whispered the same promise to herself. I'll replace it when life gets better. But life never seemed to get better. She had applied for promotions. They always went to people with connections she didn't have. She enrolled in online courses but rarely finished them. After 12 exhausting hours of work, even keeping her eyes open became a struggle. She once managed to save a little money. Then her youngest brother needed school fees. Her savings disappeared in a single afternoon. What hurt Amara wasn't poverty, it was confusion. Because she was doing everything right, yet nothing was changing. One Sunday, her father called. His voice sounded older than she remembered. Amara, I'm getting old. I thought by now life would be easier for you than it was for us. She forced a smile. It will be, Baba. I'm working on it. After hanging up, she sat silently on the edge of her mattress. Outside, the city buzzed with life. Cars honked. Children laughed. Street vendors called out to customers. Everything kept moving, except her. One painful question echoed inside her mind. I'm working so hard. Why am I getting nowhere? The answer arrived from the last place she expected. One weekend, Amara visited her aunt in the town where she had grown up. Wanting a little peace, she climbed onto the rooftop. An elderly man was repairing a leaking water pipe with calm, patient hands. His name was Mr. Kareem. He had spent over 40 years as a carpenter. He wasn't wealthy. His workshop was small. His truck was old. His home was simple. But his children had all graduated from university. His wife had lived comfortably for decades. More importantly, he looked completely free. Amara watched him quietly until he smiled. You have the face of someone carrying a heavy question. She laughed softly. I've been wondering why some people work their whole lives, yet nothing ever changes. Mr. Kareem placed his wrench beside him and sat across from her. Then he asked, what do you do when you're not working? I rest. I scroll on my phone. Sometimes I try to learn something, but I'm usually too tired. He nodded, not with criticism, with understanding. Then he asked another question. What are you building? Amara frowned. I don't understand. He leaned forward. Everyone is doing one of 2 things. They are either maintaining or they are building. Maintaining keeps your life from falling apart. Building creates a different future. He paused before continuing. Most people spend all day maintaining. They work. They get tired. They rest. They repeat. And then they wonder why nothing changes. His eyes met hers. Nothing changes because maintenance can preserve your life. but it cannot transform it. Amara felt something shift inside her, like a door quietly opening. "But I don't have time to build," she whispered. "I'm barely surviving." Mr. Karim smiled gently. "I know. That's exactly what the trap feels like." Then he raised one finger. "You don't need more time. You need different time." He pulled a small notebook from his pocket. Inside, he drew a straight line. On one end, he wrote, "Today." On the other, 5 years from now. "Everyone eventually reaches this point," he said. "The difference is what they're carrying when they arrive." He drew a circle in the middle. This is building time. It isn't work. It isn't rest. It is the 1 hour every day you invest in becoming someone different. Most people wait until life becomes easier before they begin. But easier never comes. You must build before the conditions are perfect. Then he wrote 3 lessons. 1. Learn one valuable skill, not a hobby. A skill someone will gladly pay you for. Give it 1 hour every day, not for 1 week, for 1 year. 2. Learn about money before you earn more of it. Read 1 page every day about saving, investing, or business. People who understand money before they receive it usually keep it. Those who don't often lose it. 3. Protect your mind. Spend time with builders. If not in person, then through books, videos, and stories. Because the people around you shape what you believe is possible. He closed the notebook. The habits you build before 35 become the habits that shape the rest of your life. Every year spent building makes the next year easier. Every year spent only maintaining keeps everything exactly the same. Then he quietly picked up his wrench. You have time, but not as much as you think. Amara returned to the city that evening on the last bus. For the first time in years, she didn't spend the journey scrolling through her phone. She kept thinking about one word: building. She realized something painful. She had spent years surviving, without ever asking herself what she was creating. That night, she arrived home at 11 p.m. She needed to wake at 6. Instead, she set her alarm for 5. The next morning, every part of her wanted to stay in bed. She was exhausted, but she remembered her father's tired voice. She remembered Mr. Karim's peaceful face. She got up. She searched for a free bookkeeping course, a skill small businesses would always need. She studied for 30 minutes before work. She read 1 page about personal finance. Then she went to her jobs. Nothing changed overnight. She was still tired. Her room was still cramped. Her father still worried. But one thing had changed forever. She was no longer only maintaining. She was finally building. 4 months later, Amara completed the bookkeeping course. She earned her certificate. She tracked every naira she spent. To her surprise, she discovered she was wasting money every month on small, forgettable purchases. She cut them out. She started saving. By the 8th month, a woman who owned a nearby clothing shop asked for help organizing her accounts. Amara spent 2 Saturdays helping her. When the woman paid her, it wasn't just money. It was proof that her new skill had value. 14 months later, Amara had several regular bookkeeping clients. Soon, her side income exceeded what she earned from either of her 2 jobs. She resigned. Then she resigned from the second one. One evening, she called her father. "Baba, I finally understand. I wasn't trapped by my circumstances. I was trapped by my strategy. I knew how to survive, but nobody had ever taught me how to build." There was a long silence. Finally, he asked, "Who taught you?" She smiled. "An old carpenter fixing a pipe on a rooftop." Her father laughed. It was the first time she had heard that laughter in 2 years. 2 years later, Amara lived alone in a small apartment. She ran her own bookkeeping business. She wasn't rich. She wasn't finished. But every day, she was building, and she could feel the difference. She often thought about Mr. Karim. She never saw him again. She didn't need to, because he hadn't given her money, or luck, or connections. He had given her one question powerful enough to change an entire life. What are you building? My friend, this story isn't really about bookkeeping. It isn't about waking up early. It isn't even about money. It's about understanding one life-changing truth. Hard work alone isn't enough. Hard work inside a life that only maintains creates a harder version of the same life. But hard work inside a life that builds creates an entirely different future. The difference isn't effort. The difference is direction. So tonight, before you go to sleep, ask yourself one honest question. What am I building? Not, what am I surviving? Not, what am I managing? But, what am I building? If you don't have an answer, tomorrow is the perfect day to begin. Find one valuable skill. Protect 1 hour every day. Guard it as though it were the most important appointment in your life. Because it is. It's your daily appointment with the person you're becoming. Remember what Amara learned from an old carpenter on a dusty rooftop. The question isn't how hard you're working. The question is, what are you building? If this message inspired you, leave one word in the comments, the skill you're committed to learning. Share this story with someone who's working incredibly hard but feels stuck. Sometimes, all a person needs is one question, asked at exactly the right moment. Because one question can change an entire life.